issue is a man who can't lead will always be frustrated by a strong woman. A man who can't lead will always be aggravated by someone who doesn't just kowtow to him just because he is a man.
Oh, okay. So here's my problem with a lot of these videos. Okay, he starts off by saying a man who can't lead will always be frustrated by a strong woman. What exactly is a strong woman? I feel like they're using strong woman as a euphemism for a woman who refuses to submit, a woman who refuses to be agreeable, a woman who refuses to follow your lead, a woman who keeps creating criteria for the man to do, a checklist, if you will, before she will completely submit. And they seem to really fear this word submission. I think it makes them feel reduced or something like a second class citizen or something, right? I want to first say this. Men submit to women. I don't know if you guys realize that. They definitely submit to women. They submit their utility to women. They submit their leadership and guidance and their protection to the woman of their life. So whenever he goes to work and provides for you and use his strength to give you a life, that is him submitting his will over to you, because he could be doing all that for himself, but he found this woman that he believes in, so he's doing these things now for her and his family. When a man gets down on his knees and proposes, he is becoming smaller than you. He is becoming now shorter than you. This man who would normally be taller in stature is now dropping down to his knees to look up to you. This is him submitting to you, and he asks you to play the role of his wife. Okay, now, I find it weird that when men are not the men they should be, okay, that he's not called strong. He's called not a leader. Okay, he's called insufficient. He's called immature. He's called a Jody instead of strong. But the way they're using strong for women is the fact that they will not contribute to the relationship, right? Next point, he said that a woman that will just cowtail for him just because he's a man. Now, I want you to think about this. If a woman is saying, do these things first, only then will I do these things in return, isn't she expecting him to just kowtow for her because she's a woman? Or should both people go in giving effort to show their qualities, such as will be represented in a marriage? Let's continue.
Every single one of those situations, a man exposes himself as not a leader. Why is she not submitting to me? What is she submitting to? Let's start asking questions.
Well, what is she submitting to? Has she already chosen you to be her partner? Because she should have made sure that you had the characteristics indicative of a leader before she ever chose you. She should make sure that your actions demonstrate what a leader should be demonstrating before she gets in a relationship with you. So it begs the question. She's now in a relationship with this man and she will not submit. What's the problem here? She got with a man that she didn't believe in, that she didn't trust, that she didn't respect, that she feels no need to play a part in that because she feels like he's not living up to something. So why did she get in this relationship? He should have never earned her if he wasn't displaying characteristics indicative of a leader. So why is a man upset because he's in a relationship having to say, why won't you submit? Because she is contentious, not strong. Do you understand? Once you're in a working relationship, you're going to have disagreements. You're going to have a game plan. You're going to have to work to get together to have this survival of this future that you guys both want. Okay, it requires two to tango, right? Tango is a dance, right? So when I step forward, you step back. But if we both stepping forward, or if I step back, you stepping back too, or you arguing about where I say step, and you've chosen me now to be your man. You've chosen to be in a relationship with me. So I'm taking that you believe in me. I'm taking that because you could have chosen someone else and yet you're over here with me, that you trust me. So then why all the arguments? Why all the pushback? Why do I have to sit here and say, why won't you submit? Are you telling me why won't I get up and go to work? Are you asking me why won't I put together a plan that gets this family out of the hole? Because if I'm doing my part, you should automatically be doing yours. So what if strength wasn't submission? I hate that we say that. What if strength was positive mentality. The ability to adapt when it comes to navigating. Uplifting your partner. What if strength was believing in your partner, having good faith, and having pride in your partner? Openly trusting your partner, speaking life into them, even when they don't believe in themselves. What if that was strength? I don't think a man would mind a strong woman at all. What if strength was looking past any ridicule or any type of critiques you can come up with about that man, but instead speaking life into him by encouraging him to be the man that you see him to be? Let's continue.
Are you leading? Where are you leading? What are you leading? What is your mission statement for yourself?
Now, he asked, where are you leading? Who are you leading? What are you leading? Okay. Why would she ask him this question when she's already in a relationship with him? So I think he should ask her, who are you following? What are you following? Right? Because you've already chosen me now, right? You've already chosen me. It makes no sense, right? Because now you're in the relationship still complaining. And what'll happen is if they'll say, like, if you put a ring on it, then I would do what I'm supposed to do. Well, until we jump the broom, then I'll do what I'm supposed to do when we jump the broom. And then when you get married, they just don't do it. And you still have to put up the same fight, even when you pay the bills, even when you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man. So men are not saying a woman is strong because she's contentious. We don't call that strong. Somewhere someone started calling that strong, and it wasn't us. Now, our problem is, first off, we need to eliminate calling that strong, because you're not calling a man who is not doing what he's supposed to do for his family strong. So stop playing games here, right? Let's continue.
Not that you have to have one, but where do you see yourself going at? What is your mission statement as a husband? What is your job as a husband? Well, I'm supposed to be...
Is he already a husband? Because then if that's the case, what is your mission statement as a wife? Is that to support, be my help me, uphold me, uplift me, be faithful to me, have my back through sickness and in health? Through all our ups and downs, till death do us part? What is your mission as a wife? What's your role as a wife? Because if you married me, fulfill your role. What if your nurturing is what led to his ultimate success? What if you being the fuel to him is what led to him being successful? I.e., behind every great man is a great woman. Is it because she is pouring into him, making him great? Is it because she believes in him, and so therefore he's inspired to go out and be the greatest man he can possibly be for her? Is it because she loves him and takes care of him that he wants to go out and give her the world? Or should she just expect the world from somebody who she doesn't nurture, pour life into, believe in, and she constantly criticizes? Let's continue.
The leader, the head.
No, so many want to be Christ, like Christ is to the church, but really what they want to be is God. And so what they want to do is develop hells when they really should be sacrificing themselves for their wives until she is healed. But the man does...
Until she is healed. So you're saying the wife is broken somehow? Why? Aren't you supposed to heal before you even get in a relationship? So you're saying the man is supposed to sacrifice himself until she is healed. Well, when does healing happen, and what does healing look like? How can you demonstrate healing? Are we to assume that she is broken and something's wrong with her? To me, this makes no sense. What do you mean healed? So he should do it all until she's healed. How does she get healing? Can we begin the healing process? What does that look like? Because it seems that they can, claim their victim, they can claim traumas, and they can use these traumas and their victimhood to put up a wall between you and them when you ask for more of them, right? And these walls seem to come and go at will. They don't seem to ever go away. And so you have now gotten someone who is saying, I'm broken. I cannot contribute because I am traumatized. I need to heal. But yet they got into a relationship. Aren't they wrong for that? Let's continue.
The man does all the work. No, the man does all the work first. That's what leaders do. Leaders take the most arrows in the back. Leaders trailblaze. Leaders go first. And so if you want something out of your woman, you show her. You exemplify that. You let her follow you. When she doesn't follow, that's when you have a problem. And you say, well, if you want to go right, I'm going to go this way.
I agree with the last part. If you're demonstrating all the things indicative of a leader and she still won't follow, don't argue. Realize that she's incapable because you're doing your part, right? And if you're not doing your part, you should have never been in that relationship to begin with because she shouldn't have chosen you. So either way, it's a problem. So if you're not doing your part, you simply shouldn't even have a woman. But if you got one, she should be supporting you and all that stuff. Now, I want you guys to notice how he moved the goalpost to now she needs to heal. Question, who's responsible for healing? I like to study nature. I believe that that is the word of God, so to speak, right? And if you look at nature long enough, then it will show you the way, right? So I look at our human bodies. When we're wounded, our bodies heal, right? We may put a Band-Aid on it. We may have to get stitches. We may have to put a cast on a broken arm. But the healing part of it, we are responsible for, right? Those casts, those Band-Aids, those stitches do not heal us. We heal us. So if you've been injured or you've been hurt, the responsibility is on you to heal yourself. It may not be your fault, but it's always your responsibility. And if you cannot heal yourself, you seek a counselor, right? Or you seek a medical professional, right? You go to rehab. You do these things so they can help you to recover from these things that has happened to you. But it is always on you. And if you've ever seen like rehab and they're having you to move your body parts that have been injured or traumatized, okay, meaning that injury has a long-lasting effect, and it hurts to move that limb. It hurts to work with it, hurts to address it. But it's required to deal with those things, even though they're painful. So you cannot expect someone else to heal you. That would be absolutely backwards. So before you get into a relationship, you should be healed. You should have done the work, right? So now he should do these things until she's healed. Well, I want to point out this. This is why they call it pandering, okay? Because he's called a woman who is not submissive strong now. But why is she being contentious? Because if she's not submissive, she is pushing back. She is bucking, right? You say left, she says right. You explain why to go left, she tells you why she don't think you should go left when you could have already went left. But she says she trusts you as a leader. Now, women date up, right? They don't want to date you if you make less than them, if you are not as successful as them, at least twice successful as them, right? So this means that if she's with you, you have demonstrated that you make good decisions because you're at least twice as successful as she is, or at least as successful, because they don't date down typically, right? So what is the problem with following your lead? She's chosen to be in a relationship with you, and she'll say that she doesn't want the responsibility of paying all the bills, even half of them. So if you don't take the responsibility, then you're not the leader. These are not just titles that we wear. So what if responsibility was directly proportional to what title you got, like it should be? So the leader would give the most, right? The leader would be the most responsible, right? So are they putting in the same? Now, you may say, well, we're not just talking about financial. She puts in other ways. Absolutely, she does. Is she putting in ways that's directly proportional to the ways he's putting in? Because if not, she is a support to him. She is a helpmeet. And she understands that. And she's grateful because her life is better because of him. Or she shouldn't be with him. But shouldn't his life also be better because of her? That would mean that she's being a support to him and a helpmeet. She's helping him. Now, we have this word we call reciprocity. He's saying that he should do these things first. Do all the work first. All the work? Okay, now, reciprocity means when you do something is done back in return, right? So if a man aims to show you effort, to show you that he is interested, to show you that he's a good man, a disciplined man, what should she be doing if reciprocity is, I do for you, you do for me, or we're doing for each other at the same time? Shouldn't she be at least putting in the effort to present herself as someone who is worthy of him to give his utility for, to give his protection to give his commitment to? So that means she should be being actively loyal, which is showing him her undivided attention. It means she should be actively following his lead to show him that she would absolutely support him. And this should be happening from the beginning, in my opinion. I don't believe a man should simply just do all these things because she is a woman. I believe they should do these things for each other if they're going to be working towards getting in a relationship. But let me know your thoughts, family. All right? Peace.